How are you all doing? Well, I've got a treat for you. Well, I say a treat, it might not be, but if you've not seen my channel before, basically I just fix old radios and stuff, and this is no exception. Now, back in 1981, I began my apprenticeship with British Gas, actually, as a service engineer, and we were away in digs. We were away for like blocks of 4 weeks. So we go away for a week, we come back at the weekend, then we go back in the next week, and it was down in Plymouth, so it was about an hour's drive down there. And we used to stay in a guest house down there, and one of the things was lack of music. So I decided that what I would do, it must have been it was either late 1981 or early 1982, I went out to Argos and bought me a radio cassette, as we used to call them back in the day. I don't think boombox and all the other names for them sort of came a little bit after that, I think. But this is certainly my earliest memory of a radio cassette recorder. And I used to make my own mixtapes, basically. So I used to sit at home in the evenings watching Top of the Pops, pause and record on. As soon as a song come up you wanted to hear, knock the pause button off, and hey presto, you've got Top of the Pops on your cassette. So that's really what it was used for. I also bought some pre-recorded cassettes. I did try and get some chrome tapes if I could afford them at the time. The chrome dark side ones did give you a better sound, much more top end. But I think later I did swap it for another model that had metal tape on it. I can sort of remember buying metal tapes to play in one of these. Anyway, I thought in today's video I would just give it an overview. We'll give it a test and see what needs doing, and it needs a lot doing. So this is the radio. If anyone wants to know what it is a Sharp GF-6060, and I say around about 81, and I say 81 because I actually found it in the Argos catalogue for 1981. As you can see, it's probably not the colour it should be. Now, I have had a bit of a go at this, because I've cleaned, I don't know if you can see these nice shiny knobs. I thought I would pull them off and stick them in my, I nearly said steam cleaner then. I thought I'd stick them in my ultrasonic cleaner just to see how they would come up. And yeah, they have come up pretty good. But the rest of it is pretty ropey. We did have a go on the live stream at cleaning it on the back, just cleaning the label area off. I think the best thing was what was it we used? Foam cleaner was best, I think. We tried the Goo Gone and I tried alcohol, but it did seem to be that the foam cleaner was best. Now, one of my viewers, John Turner, and one of my customers, has given me this. I've never seen this before, but it's Easy Finish Fascia and Case Cleaner. And on the back, it does say somewhere, well, no, on the front even, removes stubborn nicotine. Well, that is what this goldy tinge all over this radio is. It should be silver, this, but it's not. So I'm hoping that that this will get rid of that muck and not get rid of the text, because this is just screen printed on here. What I don't want to do is destroy that. I will take some good photos of all of this first, just in case. I'll try and take some close-up pictures of it, some macro images, just in case it does get damaged, and I can just print out a transfer and stick on there. So that's possible. And the same goes for the top. I mean, unfortunately, the top, it's white text, and you can see that nice clean knobs on it. In fact, they've come up like brand new, so maybe the nicotine's a blessing in disguise. Maybe it's preserved this, and it's going to be absolutely like new in underneath all the muck. So yeah, what I was saying, on the top we've got all this white writings, so there's no way I can reproduce that. So I'm really hoping that that's going to come up without any damage. Well, the only way I could possibly do it would be to print black and just leave the lettering clear or white. I've got some white transfer paper over there, so you never know, might be possible. So this one of the things of this, it has got chrome dioxide and normal on it. Basically off, radio, stereo, mono. It's got shortwave on it, so it's FM, long wave, medium wave, shortwave. It's got this auto program search system. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to get one of these, because basically if you're playing a track and you don't like it, normally you've got to just keep hitting fast forward until you get to the right track. Well, auto program search system, when you're in play mode, if you just press fast forward or rewind while it's playing, it'll automatically advance to the next track, which is good news. So there's various other bits and pieces on it. Again, I never used any of this really, but on the side here we've got a mix mic. You can't really see that, let's just get you down a little bit. We've got various inputs on the side. So we've got mix mic, external speakers, and we've got a phone socket. Right down the bottom we've got our mains connector, which is a normal figure of 8, and we've also got a DC connector there, which is 12 volts, center pin negative. So I've got it plugged in at the moment because we're going to fire it up in a second. You'll notice that the antenna, unfortunately, has lost its end. Oh, hello, what's that? Let's set the dogs off now. Yeah, unfortunately, the antenna's lost its end, so I have got some more antennas, so I'm hoping that one of them will fit. So this is the back label that we cleaned up on my live stream the other week, and you can see it's pretty much come up fine, no problem at all. Serial number, I don't know if this is how many of these they made. Popular back in the day, I'm sure. What have we got on here? We got a beat cancel switch. I'm not 100% sure on what beat cancel does, but I don't know if it cancels out. I don't know. I never did work out what that was. This is, what's that say there? It looks, oh, it's an amplifier. So I don't know if you can plug the output of this into an amplifier or an amplifier into this. I'm not sure. And we've got external remote. So I suppose external mic and remote. Battery compartment. Yeah, I don't know if that's ever been used. It's pretty grimy in there though. It's a bit nasty. I'll close that up again quick. On the other side we've got that hasn't been in the ultrasonic cleaner, so you can see what it was like before I put them in. So this is quite clever. It's got a coarse tuning on there, and the inner one is fine tuning for shortwave. So it's quite a good little radio, all in all. It's very good. And whether there is separate tweeters in here, I'm not sure. It's probably just for show, but we'll see when we open it up. And I think the microphones are up in here. You've got microphone either side. So yeah, not a bad little radio, and well worth restoring. Right, if you want to follow along with this, if we're going to do any repairs, I've got the radio and television service in 1982 to 83 models, and on page 645 we do have the Sharp GF-6060E, and it's the only service manual I can find. I mean, there would have been a service manual. I've got a decent schematic, but we have got some alignments in here, mainly for the radio though. It does tell us how to get the case off. So that's what's going to happen next, really. So we've got AM, IF, RF, we've got FM, IF, RF, and then we've got circuit diagrams. So it's quite comprehensive, really. We've got everything we need as far as schematics is concerned. It's all here, and there is 4 speakers in it, looking at it. Right, time to fire her up, see what she does. And as I say, we have tried this before, but let's do it again. I'm going to put the aerial sort of up a bit, and I'm going to turn it on to FM first. Make sure that volume's down. We've got some issues here, so.
When you're talking about an item that might be in service,
it's a stereo light. Is that going to work? Good. Dodgy control. Just trying to see what the shortwave band is. Okay, so should get something down here somewhere. 49 meters. It does seem to be receiving, but yay, it works. Okay. Medium wave, dodgy switch. All the camera noises and everything, unfortunately, make it very difficult to get. Oh, that switch is. Let's see if we can get. Just trying to see where long wave is. Yeah, so that's radio 4. Should better get Ireland up here somewhere. No, it's not picking up Ireland, but it's probably because I've got to turn it to get Ireland. That's bad. It does. So it does on all bands, but yeah, all these controls need totally stripping out and cleaning. I mean, the volume control you were done. Let's just put it back on that for a minute. It's Radio 4.
me to be important somehow to the thesis of the book, but
left and right balance doesn't work.
That was an example of
and
that.
tone
So
doesn't
I
work.
sort of literally typed into Google.
So quite a lot of
because I knew that
issues.
colonial era gardens were a big source of this kind of.
Right. So in the off position, it operates the tape deck. So let's push play on the tape deck and see. Oh dear. Well, certainly the heads aren't going around. Let's just push play. I can sort of hear a motor maybe. So the belts are gone as well. So pretty much it's got a lot of things wrong with it. But I'm going to enjoy having a play with it, that's for sure. Okay, well here we are in the Argos catalogue of 1981. I think this is spring summer. As I say, I would have bought this autumn winter, but this is basically the unit over here, number 8. And you can see it's, what does it say? Stereo radio cassette, long, medium, short, stereo VHF waveband, built-in 2 condenser microphones, 4-way speaker system, so maybe there's a tweeter in there then. Auto program search system, LED sound level meter, that does look quite impressive as well. Variable sound monitoring and cue review facility. Full auto stop. 8 HP2 batteries, we won't be buying any of those. And the price $89.99. I'll have to do some calculation and work out what that would be in today's money, but it was quite a lot of money back then. Okay, so here we can see I've got the Bank of England inflation calculator up, and £90 or $89.99 in 1981, costing in 2022. I mean, I don't know if that'll do 2023, will it? No, 2022. So in 2022, that would be £305.68. So, as I said, quite an expensive radio back in the day. So to speed things up a bit, I'm going to use my Bosch cordless screwdriver. Hopefully that'll make a mincemeat of it. So I think it's 7 screws. So 2, 4, 6, and it looks like 7 there. So let's 1. 7. Okay, so in theory, that back should come off now. I'll push the stop eject key to open the cassette holder, detach the front cabinet and withdraw the 3 tips. The 3 tips? Withdraw the 3 tips. Oh, that's strange. There's a little rubber washer come out there. Let me put that. I don't know where that's come from. Oh, no, I do know. Forget that. That's the top of my desoldering tool. So it says push the eject and then remove the front panel. Oh, wow. Ooh, yuck. Yucky doodah. Ooh. Right. Cool. It smells like someone's been toileting this as well. Nice. Tasty. Oh, it's all yellow inside. Well, you can see it. Everything is yellow. This should all be white. Ooh, pinch roller. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's had a massive amount of wear. Belts there for the tape drive. There is a belt. There is a belt for the deck. Yeah, I can feel there's 2 belts on there actually. So why weren't we getting any joy? Let's plug it back in again. See if that motor's actually going. I've got the volume turned down though, that probably won't make a lot of difference. So where's our play button? the motor's going and the belts are moving. It doesn't appear to be driving anything. Hopefully it's not the clutch knackered. We've got some pretty gammy stuff going on. Looks like we've got a knackered, what should we call it? A tyre on this idler. Idler tyre, that's what I wanted to say. That doesn't appear to be working. The capstan's not rotating, so it could be jammed maybe, I don't know. Okay, let's unplug that again. Had my hands a bit close to the mains then. Right, does this come undone? Yes, it does. Right, so I'm going to take some photos and I'm going to pull these wires here out, and I can get the front panel out of the way then. Ready for cleaning. But this is shockingly bad. How are we going to get this off? Okay, well that's the front disconnected, and you can see we have actually got a little tiny tweeter. Was that the micro? No, that's the microphone. Sorry. Is it? No, that is the tweeters. Yeah, that is the tweeters. They're tiny, aren't they? That's nothing to write home about, but I'm sure it would give it a better top end. What speakers have we got? Looks like 2 watt, 7 ohms. That's a bit unusual. 12 centimeters. Branded Sharp. Yeah. Nice. So certainly, yeah, plenty to clean up there. Like you can see it a bit better in this sort of angle. Cool. Right, well next we're going to take the chassis out apparently. So it says take the 6 knobs off. So let's pull these back off again. That's a bit more difficult to get off now it's clean. It's nothing to grip. It's nice and slippery. What do we need to get that off, Graham? Without scratching it. Let's try that. There she goes. And I assume it means these 2 here as well. Yuck, they got to go in the ultrasonic for sure. Right, knobs off. Disconnect the 3 tips from the PWB. Now I'm assuming they mean these here. 3 tips. From the printed wiring board? I don't know. It's got to mean these 3 here, isn't it? Let's just take a quick picture of those then as well. 3 tips. That'll do. Not that one then, just these 3 maybe. Okay, 3 tips undone. Remove 7 screws retaining the amp tuner, then it can be removed from the back cabinet. Amp tuner. There's some of these screws hanging out here. Seven screws. So I can't really see how this can come out without taking the cassette mech off first. So let me have a look at the screws. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There might be these two here as well then, so let's try that. So I won't bore you with this, I'm just going to basically undo. Is that the same size as well? Yeah. So 3, 6, 7, that's our 7 screws. Can be removed from the back cabinet. Let's have a look then. Allegedly. Yeah, it's on like plastic pegs as well. Pegs here as well. We don't have to take the tops of the switches off, I suppose. I don't even know if they do come off actually. It's playing hard to get. She gotta go. Something's stopping it coming out. These switches are holding it, but it does look like it's going to come out, but what's holding it? I just don't know what's holding it. It's all very well getting it out as well, I've got to get it back in again afterwards. Okay, well I'm fighting with it. Now the reason I couldn't get it undone was there was 2 extra screws that are not mentioned in that, and they're connected to the back jack panel here. One is accessed just here, and the other one you've got to get to through this cutout here. So I've now undone those, and it looks like we are in business. Oh, look at that. The whole guts of an out. Woohoo! Nice. Just turn it around. Oh, it absolutely honks. There's the rear board. I'm going to absolutely have to plaster this with foam cleaner to clean it. I mean, I don't know what colour this is supposed to be. I assume it's supposed to be green. Is it? Is it green? It's supposed to be. Yeah. It's going to be a labour of love, this one, to get this one back back up and running, but I'm going to do it. I am going to do it, that's for sure. Right, we've got the massive great record playback switch in there. That's going to have to come completely out and be stripped, I think. As is this band selector switch down the bottom here. So band selector's there, the record playback, you can probably just see it up in underneath. It's a big long silver thing. I'm trying to be careful not to kill the dial cord. It says bending that piece. Yeah, the record playback switch is in through there, look. This long one here. There's loads and loads of contact. That's a lot of what goes wrong with tape decks is that. Don't know why it's not driving the mechanism. Something's obviously not quite right here. The belts do look as if they've got a bit of... yeah, they're pretty floppy, to be fair. They are pretty floppy. They're not far off. So if I need to get a sizing on them, I probably could do. So here we are in the cassette mech. So this is the record playback head. Just having a look to see, yeah, there's a bit of wear on that, but I don't think it's... Is it wear or is that just dirt? Yeah, it's just dirty, I think. So yeah, not a lot of wear, but there is, you can, I don't know if you can see it. If I tilt it a little bit, I've got to be careful because it's all very precarious. You can't really see it very well, but there's a little bit of like brown underneath, just where the tape's been going over it. But I think that will come off. That's the erase head. Although that should have a brown streak across it. Yeah, possibly. And there's our pinch roller. Well, that's going to be pretty ingrained. Oh, I can see we've got a broken bit of plastic here as well. Okay, well, if you look at the centre of the picture there. Where am I? I can't see myself now. Oh, right, yeah, over here. See the split? I don't think that's the end of the world. I mean, I've got enough room to maybe wrap some wire around that. Or make a sleeve to go over the top of it and glue it in place. I don't think that's a game changer, but we're going to need to be really, well, I'm going to need to be careful not to run this until that's fixed. So I'm going to have to take the pinch roller assembly off. That's the only thing I can see broken so far. I'm really still not sure why it's not working though, because in theory, yeah, the belt's not man enough to turn the... Yeah, the belt's not man enough to turn the capstan. Looks like it's quite a heavy capstan on this. Right, so you can see the capstan is down here, this big wheel. This one. You can see the main drive belt on it. Well, if I turn the motor, well, typically it's moving now, look. But that wasn't moving just now. Right, the final thing that we're going to do today is get the cassette, what they call it, the mechanism block. So it says detach the scale plate. Well, it doesn't tell you how to detach a scale plate. It looks like it's just clipped on, is it? Yeah. Yes, okay. Nice. Then what we've got to do, remove the 4 screws retaining the mechanism block. So this is Japanese made, so I'm using a Japanese screwdriver. I'm not going to mess with my cordless one now, just for speed. And it's all the same screws. This is great. A lot of this stuff that you take apart, it's all different screws. It can be a bit of a nightmare. That's 2. Okay, well maybe it said 4, but there's only 2. Who knows? All right, it looks like we've got to disconnect some wiring to get this out. Oh, sounded like our switch actuator possibly. So yeah, there's just some plugs over this side to disconnect. Just down here, so we've got this wire here. Now, I must take a picture of that because I'll never find out which wire goes where else. I'll just take a picture of that. So it looks like that one there. That plug. That plug. Is that it? And there's another plug over here. So now will you come out? Oh, look at that. Job done. Brilliant. Right, well. What a game. I've got a lot of work to do here. A lot of work. So there you are. That's it for part 1. Hope you've enjoyed that. And as I say, if you're a patron or a channel member on a level 2 or above, then you'll get to see these videos before anybody else. So have a look at my Patreon and the channel membership. And I'll see you again in the next one soon. So bye for now.